Hi, this is Daniel from Yes Construction. In this short video, I'm going to explain everything about IKEA kitchens. There are some good things about it, there are some bad things about it. I've been fitting kitchens for over 20 years. I've fitted all type of bespoke kitchens. I've built bespoke kitchens myself. I fitted very expensive German kitchens, Weeks, DIY, B&Q, Wren, Benchmarks, Howdens, Smile. The list is very long. So I am the best person to hear from about kitchens. Let's be honest, most people go for IKEA kitchen because it's budget friendly. Not everyone has 20, 30K to purchase a kitchen. Sometimes we've done a massive project where we've built an extension, loft conversion, refurbished the whole house, and the whole project was worth 350K. But right at the end of the project, when it's time to fit the kitchen, the client simply ran out of money. So they bought an IKEA kitchen. I visit those houses sometimes 7, 8 years later, so I got pretty good understanding how well they holding on. Let's dive in. So we started fitting the kitchen. To make it really simple, fitting kitchen is all about stacking the boxes together. That's it. In the case of IKEA, we need to build the boxes first. Most providers like Howdens, Wren, Weeks, they also can provide flat pack kitchen, but usually most people get in the rigid ones, so the units are already built. With IKEA, there's always flat pack, so that's the first annoying thing for us, for fitters. And second thing is there is no void behind the unit. That makes it very awkward to run any services. Then we have to create that space ourselves, then purchase wider worktops then to cover the gap. I will show you in a second and I'll explain. And as you see, that's a 50mm button on the wall. And you see the pipe below it. If we didn't have the button, that pipe would have to run through the units. The units need to move away from the wall, so we are able to run pipes. That causes a problem. We have to buy wider and more expensive worktops and then cut them to size to cover that gap. So, we're setting up the first unit. And obviously, the first unit, in case of an L-shaped kitchen, the corner unit will be the first one that you set. So, as you see, we've got this massive 50mm button here to push it away from the wall. So then I can have space for this pipe, for instance, to go through. And then that is it really. And then we just have to purchase a wider worktop. So essentially, the kitchen space is shrinking by this distance because that's just the only way you can do it. Other than that, IKEA kitchens, they have 80mm plinth, which obviously gives you around 80mm more space in the unit, which I think is quite priceless. So that's another. Generally, German kitchens have 90mm, 70mm, 80mm plinth. I don't know why is it that in the UK the plinth is 170mm or 165mm. It's a waste of space, and I think it looks ugly. What I also like about the IKEA kitchen is that the plinth is actually plastic. Let's stop here. This is the first positive point about IKEA kitchens. The 90mm plinth, more space in the unit. Plastic plinth doesn't deteriorate. Okay, it's not oak, it's not wood, but you went for IKEA. Okay, it has a plastic look anyway. That's a good point, it will never rot. Now, the first unit is set. It's all in level, I checked it. It's secured to the buttons. Yeah, it's all secured, doesn't move. Now it's easy. Build another unit, stack it next to it, level it using the adjustment on the legs, and then screw them together with 4, 5, 6, whatever 30mm screws. Screw it together. Next one, screw it together. Next one, screw it together. That's it. It's that easy. So once we set the base units, we've got tall tower there, and we've got tall tower at the end there. They will have a long panels on both sides. So I'll show you a little trick how I deal with the panels. I don't like the panels going all the way down to the floor, because then you've got too many little plinths. I like to do my kitchens that there's panel at the end of the kitchen will go down to the floor, panel at the end of the other there will go down to the floor, and then we just get two continuous plinths. So I've seen that the IKEA ones, they provided 3 pieces of plinth, so I think there will be a joint somewhere, but anyway, it's my duty to make it so nice that you can really see and you can tell that it's been joined. Other than that, I am very happy how this is all going now, and I'm gonna run a time lapse on this, show you how I'm setting all the units up. All the electrics, like this is gonna be for the ignition, this is gonna be for the oven. All of that's been placed prior to installation. Obviously, there's a gas pipe for the hob. So yeah, the sockets. The way we've done it is so then we've got this movement on the box. And then once the kitchen is set, and we're gonna decide how we're going to tile the center of the hob, then full tile, and then from there we will go with tiles. There will be small vertical tiles, and then we're gonna get the center of the tile, or where they join, in the center of the socket. Also, in the process of this video, I will tell you how much we've charged for this renovation and kitchen installation. All the base units are set, and we just have one little obstacle. Let me show you. So we can't continue because the original plan of the kitchen had this big panel here, was about 200mm panel here to space this out, which was really ugly. So I kind of redesigned the kitchen, and then we're going to fit a wine rack here. Now IKEA don't do 150mm wine racks, so we're getting them from Howdens, and we're gonna have to modify them, but it's gonna have wine rack here and one at the top, because the wall units are here all the way across. So that's the modification that I came up with. This side is all done. This is obviously housing the boiler, and we're gonna have a slimline dishwasher there. But basically to install a dishwasher, we need to have the floor tiled. So we're going to now apply the decoupling mat, and then we're gonna continue with the wall units there. In that time, while we're waiting, we might be lucky to get the delivery from Howdens with again some skirtings and doors and things like that. So hopefully they'll come before the noon, and we'll continue. Also the plumbing, it's done under the unit. It's you see, nice and neat. That's the hot water, cold water for the taps. That's gonna be, obviously I only plugged it for now. This is the boiler overflow that comes in here, and the plumbing for the dishwasher is here. We've got the water, and we're gonna get the socket there as well. That's it. Let's crack on with the decoupling mat, and we'll take it from there. In it, Dominique? Yeah. morning. We progressed quite a lot. We've tiled the floor. Let me quickly show you. We've tiled the floor, as you've seen on the time lapse. So now, because the floor is tiled, I can now install the dishwasher here. And in the meantime, we've hung the wall units, and I'm really sorry for not recording that. And sometimes I just get so overwhelmed with work, I just forget to press the record button. But it's very simple with IKEA kitchens. See that metal bar, that rail, that just gets screwed on at the correct height, and those units just hang on it, and that's it. There's no adjustments on IKEA kitchens whatsoever. You can't tilt it that way, you can't tilt it that way. It's all about hanging that rail straight, and then they just hook on. Those wine racks, actually from Haldens, not from IKEA. We had this 150 millimeter, according to the plan, sorry, 180 something millimeter panel here, which was really looking really not nice. So I've came up with this idea to put a couple of wine racks here and there to fill out that gap, and we just have to deal with this little detail here, because that's how we had to cut them, because IKEA kitchens are 800 tall and Haldens kitchens are 720 tall. So we had this excess of 80 mil to cut off from the wine rack. Now we're going to cut that a little bit more here and just put a little panel across to block that. And exactly same at the top. Let me show you. Same there as well. Same detail. We're just going to have to chop that. And I can't believe it. It's snowing. Look at that. Snowing. The best part is that next week I'm starting an extension job, and I was expecting this year's winter to be same as last year's, which was very easy. There was hardly any snow, hardly any frost, and I'm getting a little bit worried.
Now it's time to fix the worktops. The client went for standard chipboard laminated worktops. I'll quickly show you the process, and then we'll start my conclusion. We are now almost at the end of the video. That is when I'm going to conclude. I'm going to give you all the pros and cons of IKEA kitchens. But before I do that, I wanted to ask you for a huge favor. If you could smash the subscribe button, drop me a comment and give me a like. Nobody is sponsoring my videos. I am the only sponsor. It's all my time and my money. So please help me out and just subscribe. Thanks a lot. That's it then. What do you think? It looks great, right? Simple, basic kitchen, functional. I really like the fact about the basic, budget-friendly IKEA dishwasher. The door of the dishwasher goes up and down as you're opening, so no need for that nasty cutout in the plinth. Only high-end dishwashers, expensive dishwashers having that function. This comes as standard with IKEA. Success of kitchen installation is in the hands of installer. No matter how expensive or cheap is the kitchen, if it's fitted correctly, nicely, it will look good. The longevity is in the hands of manufacturer. And this is what we're going to talk about now. But before I go there, I just wanted to quickly advertise my own services. We are professional installers of kitchens and bathrooms, full renovations. And from time to time, we also undertake general refurbishments. Some nice and interesting projects where our craftsmanship can be appreciated. So if you are in need of any of my services, please give me a call. All the contact details are in the description. And now, let's begin my conclusion. This is my honest opinion about IKEA kitchens. Let's start with the cons so we can finish it on a positive note. Flat pack. We know what that is and we don't like it. Lack of the void on the base unit. You've seen it in the video. It's a headache. Lack of adjustment on the wall units. It's not good. If your walls are not straight, it's very difficult to install the kitchen nicely. Unit size limitations. It's a big problem with IKEA. The sizes are 200, 400, 600 and 1000. So there is no flexibility in designing the kitchen. You've seen in the video, I had to come out with my own solutions and get a wine rack from Howdens to be able to fit the kitchen nicely. Laminate quality. IKEA, just like any other kitchen provider, have cheaper and more expensive ranges. If you decide to go for IKEA kitchen, do not go for the cheapest range that they have. The doors are literally wrapped with paper. Little tiny scratch, little tiny knock, and the paper just falls apart. You can't even repair it. On the better ranges, you will have the PVC edging, and that's what you need to go for. Let's go with the pros. 90mm plinth. Great feature. Looks great, and you get more space in the unit. Convenience. I think that's the biggest selling point for IKEA. Convenience of buying the kitchen, convenience of returning items, changing items. It's all at another level. You can get the kitchen delivered tomorrow, or you can just go and get it yourself today. When you're returning things, they don't even ask any questions. Sometimes we've built a unit and then we decided to return it. We take it apart, take it back to the shop, we tell them it was built, now we've took it apart. They don't mind, they just take it back. Accessories. They have great range of accessories. Anything you can imagine. So many different bits and bobs for the sink, motorized hinges, motorized opening of the drawers, lights, anything you can imagine. And everything at a very good price. Price. I think IKEA is the cheapest kitchen provider in the UK. Maybe they're not the best in the quality, but they're giving affordable option. We could talk about a lot more details, but there is no point. This should give you a pretty good idea of what IKEA kitchens are. Would I buy one for myself? I think I would, if I didn't have the money for something better. But at the end of the day, if the kitchen is fitted nicely, and if you design the kitchen nicely, it will look good. Will it serve you for years? Definitely not the cheapest range. The better ranges, yeah, they're not much difference from Howdens, entry-level kitchens, or Wren, or any other provider. I hope my review was helpful and you can make up your mind when buying a kitchen. Don't forget to subscribe and hopefully see you on my next video.